Welcome to the EST Hangout.
This is the EST Hangout, and today's guests are...
Hey, very good Friday morning to you. Welcome to the EST Hangout, live right here in Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports. The Hangout for on EST, presented by Sentinel Storage, Matt Iwanyk, Tom Gazzola, just the two of us with you here on the Hangout. We've never done...
There we go.
Get that mic out of the way.
Yeah.
We've never done just like a two-person show before, but it's not even an hour-long Hangout today.
Yeah.
So I told
Special day today.
Jay's going to be coming on for the log shop, so I said he wasn't going to come in. And Trev's not feeling well, and we're going to have Trev come on. But yeah, he looks like crap. I'm not going to lie. I went in there. He looks awful.
I hope I didn't give it to him.
Well, if you did, who are we blaming? We're blaming Rashog?
Yeah, him and Belzy,
patient zero. Yeah.
And Belzy had the same thing. Rashog, it was sick for like 2.5, 3 weeks. And then Belzy was sick for like a week or two, good for a week, and then sick again. That's exactly what happened to me.
So you're over?
Pretty
you
close.
Think you're past?
Yeah,
okay.
pretty close. I'm over the hump.
Yeah. So, Trev was sick not long ago because Benny was filling it. So he might be on like that second wave of this illness or whatever
this crap is.
The Hangout brought to you by Sentinel Storage, Canada Storage experts, more than 2 decades helping Canadians through life transition. Thank you everyone for listening on our audio streams, on watching on YouTube, or listening on podcasts. It's the Lock Shop pre-show show here as we have the 2-hour Lock Shop.
I love that name.
Super Bowl special coming up, 10 o'clock. Dusty, Huss, myself, Jay, Hernan, anyone else who wants to pop in, come on in. As we have a lot of Super Bowl talk. We've got a lot of bets already up at Play Alberta, but we're doing a full 2-hour Lock Shop special for the Super Bowl. Is it like the saying is, this is whatever Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. This is like it's weird. This is the Lock Shop Super Bowl. There is no bigger betting thing to go for than the Super Bowl.
Yes.
So it's the Lock Shop Super Bowl.
That is correct.
That we have to do a 2-hour show.
Completely valid.
Hashtag justice for the Lock Shop.
Hashtag justice for the Lock. I'll get on that train. And again, our party at Selly's to watch the game. You said doors open at 3, game at 4. Is that the time frame? Or is it
I didn't hear.
I think the boys were talking about on the. You know what? It was Reedless. I was talking to him last night.
Dusty.
He's talking to Dave.
What time Century open for Super Bowl Sunday?
Well, I mean, it's a casino. It'll be
But
open all day.
the bar. Have you heard
The
any?
bar will probably be open all day.
Oh, okay, no. Well,
Yeah.
no, they shut it down to get it set up and.
Well,
I think
Dusty
Reed and
doesn't
Jay
know.
were saying it was like 3 o'clock, and then
probably makes sense. When's
Yeah.
kickoff?
4:30.
Yeah.
I'll probably be there around like 4:15, and then
yeah,
so I'm probably 3 o'clock. Don't show up before 3.
no,
Don't show up before
Especially the
3.
seat.
right.
The door, but the sports bar might be closed at that point. I don't know when it opens then. I thought.
Should be. I would think it would be open. But mind you, you're right. They can't
No,
have
they
it open
they
because-
keep it shut off. They get everyone out because they clean it, and then they clean it up so
Yeah.
that when we go, then it's reservations. So they bring
It's
everyone
all
in.
dressed up
Sorry, I
and
don't have
everything.
your answer.
That's all. I thought maybe
You tried.
might.
You tried.
We gave it an effort. He'll have better picks for the Lock Shop than he does info on the Century Casino Super Bowl party. I'll give you that.
Yes. Okay. And
Baptized Big Uke last year was 3. Thank you.
yeah.
Baptized
I
Big
think it's very similar to last year. And then you said maybe we'll put together our own little parlay here.
Why not?
I feel like I'm
Why
in the
not
mood
do a
to.
Lock Shop one?
Yeah.
Or not a Hangout one?
Yeah. Let's do it.
What do we've got at EST Specials? We've got a lot.
There's a lot there.
I also have to build an Olympic one, another Olympic one. I want to
Okay.
throw a bunch of Canada gold medals together. Reese Howden, who's Canadian ski cross, he's the favorite. Mikael Kingsbury for Moguls for Canada is the favorite. Canada's women's curling are the favorites. I'm trying to find one more, and I want to go men's hockey, but I don't want to go gold. So I'm either debating, do I do just top 3 or do I just take them to like win the group?
Will we be doing a per game parlay, do you think?
It'd be tough.
Yeah.
Just because if it's like the NHL, the player markets don't pop up until day of.
And it's so
So it would
early
have
in
to be the morning show quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Game 2 is a 1:15, but that's on a Sunday. So we could still get one, but we don't have a show to promote it as much.
Right.
But for the other ones, like the morning show, maybe they could get something done.
Yeah, okay. I see. Yeah, you're right. The time change throws a bit of a wrench into the plans.
Here's what we've got so far at Play Alberta. Super Bowl play number 1, first quarter total 9+ points is -109. Play number 2 was, I have to go around on this one because it's all over the place.
It's heavily populated.
It is heavily populated. Any 2-point conversion attempt that's with yes plus 152. Play number 3 was Drake May, Sam Darnold passing yard totaled over 447.5 yards. That's plus 200.
I hopped on that one.
Number 4 is what headgear Bad Bunny will wear. No hat. That's plus 400. We've got combined jersey numbers of all touchdown scorers, including OT, under 123.5. That's plus 100. We've got JSN, Kenneth Walker III, and Stephon Diggs to combine for 4+ TDs. That's plus 688. We got first color of first Gatorade poured. Yellow, lime, or green, plus 278. We got JSN to have 5+ receiving yards each quarter, plus 165. Ramondre Stevenson, 15+ rushing yards. That's plus 100. We got Reed's confidence in the Seahawks play of the day. Seahawks -6.5. Darnold touchdown. Walker 70+ rushing yards. Cup 3+ reception. That's plus 455. We've got Jay's play of the day being final scores in NFL scoregami, which is a scoring combination unique in NFL history. That's plus 23-15. And then the early bird bet Dusty built today was Seahawks to win JSN anytime touchdown plus 150. So we've got a lot already up there, and we still have the rest of today to populate this. So as Play Alberta has a bunch of bets up. They have their big game specials. They've got some other specials up there. EST's got a bunch of specials up there. So with Play Alberta, there's a lot to choose from. Mm-hmm. I also feel like I need to create a bet. And this will be for the lock shop, I think, for the Patriots. We have a lot of Seahawks. We have Seahawks with early bird bet today, Reed's thing. A lot on the Seahawks. There are going to be people out there that are going, no, but I'm a Patriots. I think the Patriots are going to take this. Going to have to try to have something for those Patriots fans that want to get a little boosted value for them. So if you're on the Patriots, not necessarily a Patriots fan, let me know if there's something you would like specifically for a Patriots parlay. Maybe we'll put that one together.
Because everyone's feeling that the Seahawks are going to win this thing, right?
Yeah, Reed and Jay are keeping track of some people. They've had some guests. So they've had Cody Fajardo, they've had Jed Roberts, a couple of others on the board. I saw that. It's like all Seahawks. Yeah. Jed Roberts thinks it's a blowout, like 44-7 or something like that.
I feel like it's going to be the Seahawks as well. I look at the inexperience of Drake May. I'm encouraged by it. I think he's going to be a good player, and we're going to see the Seahawks, the Pat's back there a few more times during his career, but I don't know. It just feels like it's lining up so well for the Seahawks.
But it's funny that you say that Drake May does like inexperienced, but like Sam Darnold's been around, but he hasn't been good for a long time.
I know, but these last 2 years, last year, people, myself, everyone questioned him about the 14-win season. And then he fell apart in the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
It looked so bad. And then this year he goes to a new team, does it again. It's like, well,
does it better?
Yeah. He's in the Super. He's looking good. The favorite going into the championship game. The stank of the New York Jets.
Yeah. That's why I still can't buy onto the Seahawks. Like there's a part if I go based on just that, like there's the Patriots way, which is multiple Super Bowls under Robert Kraft, Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, but Mike Vrabel was there for some of those.
Yep.
And then you got the Seahawks who have a Jets quarterback.
Yep.
That part just doesn't make sense to me that I would bet against the Patriots going up against the Jets quarterback. That's like where the mind is.
Yes.
I got to get past that somehow.
What's the immediate and natural reaction when you go, oh yeah, the Seahawks are good. They had a great year. How many wins do they have? A lot. Who's their quarterback? And then you go Sam Darnold. And you go, oh, right.
Yeah.
Like that's the natural initial reaction. You go, oh, and then of course the response generally would be, well, they won 14 games. You won 14 the year before in Minnesota, and you're like, yeah, but I don't know. I feel like that's kind of the train of thought for most people when you think about Sam Darnold. And it's unfortunate because there's so much hype for him going into that draft, and we got picked, and was it going to turn things around for the Jets? And obviously not, because they're clearly messed up. They've got an owner who goes to his son, who has his beliefs in football based on the Madden EA series.
Oh yeah, that story came out.
Like stuff like that is ridiculous. And listen, I shouldn't be casting stones as a Cardinals fan, because I feel like the ownership of my team that I cheer for isn't much better.
But you don't hear those stories.
Those stories don't get out if they exist.
And the Cards did have that period of time with Kurt Warner that they're and Carson Palmer.
Carson Palmer was actually pretty
Yeah.
good. I have a Carson Palmer jersey because he's still at Larry Fitzgerald.
Yeah. Who's going to the Hall?
Yeah, that's right. Larry Fitzgerald's going to the Hall of Fame. Well deserved. Great player. Good ambassador for the team. I think he's become like a staple in the Valley.
Because
as
he
they like
never
to say.
left.
No, he's still there. I think
Yeah.
his kid's playing college football now.
Playing career though was pillar to post with the Cards, was it
Yeah.
not? Yeah.
Yep. And he hung in
He
there
was
for
so
a long
good.
time.
I was always sad when the Cards lost the Steelers in that one game because it was just like I wanted Larry Fitzgerald to have I want to be able to say he had a Super Bowl ring in his career. He was just that good of a player. And that's what Anquan Bolden was there too. You had those two great receivers. And Bolden eventually won with the Ravens.
Yeah.
And I always liked Bolden too. So I was happy for him. So just on the Hall of Fame quickly, I don't get how Torrey Holt is still not a Hall of Famer. Anyone that remembers that time when Torrey Holt was playing the 2000s and stuff with the Rams, that guy was a beast. He was so good. When I was looking at the snubs yesterday and to see that Torrey Holt is still snubbed for the Pro Football Hall of Fame, that one I was just like, whoa, that guy needs to go in. That guy needs to be a Hall of Famer.
I was
very sad
looking
by
at
that
the list yesterday. Who else is in there? Where the hell is
Going in or snubbed?
going in?
So it's Drew Brees,
Yes.
Larry Fitzgerald,
Yes.
it's Luke Kuechly. I think I pronounced that wrong. Who am I missing on that?
I was
Drew Brees, easy.
It's a big induction crew. Or is it the usual? There's like 7 or 8, isn't there?
I think it's about usual. And I think they'll have to have max Hall of Fames for a while because they have the list when you see who's coming up still. There's a lot. Adam Vinatieri. Who was brilliant.
Yeah.
And Roger Craig.
Okay. Yeah, Vinatieri played forever too.
Yeah, he was until his last year. He was also unbelievable. First year eligible players next year. There's not a lot I would sit here and be like, yes, they need to go next year. There's Adrian Peterson, Rob Gronkowski. Gronk should be.
I think Gronk will be, yeah.
Well, I don't know about this Bill Belichick stuff. It's the Patriots way going to hold
is that
them.
going to happen to Brady too? It can't. It can't.
Whoever voted against Bill Belichick, he's kind of like that. You set that standard to a degree. Richard Sherman, Ben Roethlisberger, Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, Cam Newton, Andrew Whitworth, Eric Weddle, and Alex Mack.
Okay, well, Antonio Brown's a psycho, so I don't think he's going to get in.
He won't get first.
Yeah.
Who are the snubs? Because there's a couple of the snubs that I look at. I'm like, those are the guys that. Frank Gore, Torrey Holt, Eli Manning, Terrell
He'll get
Suggs, Reggie Wayne, Jason Witten, Marshall Yanda, Darren Woodson. There's a lot of good players out there that still haven't gone to this hall. They need to stop with the max and just let some of these guys in.
Some of the guys that have gotten in, I'm like, well, maybe I don't deep dive as much on the NFL, but I go, oh, really? You would think Manning's going to get in, right?
He should at some point.
got 2 Super Bowls.
That's the thing. He's a 2-time Super Bowl winner. And there's only Nick Foles is the only other quarterback that could say they beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, right?
That's right. Well, funny little story. You know how they do the jersey signings? They'll bring in a guy. Tom Brady was doing one of them, and it's like a conveyor belt essentially. They have a stack of 50 jerseys. He signs.
They pull,
sign, pull. And he's just ripping through them. And then they had an Eli Manning in there, same color. And he's about to sign. And he goes, "Come on!" And then he writes "F off" and he signs it. And then they pull it. I thought that was hilarious. So.
He's taking a little bit of heat from a couple Patriots. Vince Wilfork, legendary, and Rob Gronkowski. Not as much heat from him.
For not getting on the Pats bandwagon,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. For not being all out, I want the Patriots to win.
Okay, I like that you brought this up because does he need to be?
I understand
Does he
it from a
need to
former player's perspective. It's you always hear once an Oiler, always an Oiler thing. For the Patriots, it's once a Patriot, always a Patriot. It's the Patriots way.
Okay.
Are you a Patriot for life or are you not?
And he is Mr. Patriot.
Absolutely.
So in my opinion, if I was a Pats fan, I would be a little bit disappointed if he wasn't being like, I'd love to see them win again. I would love to see this new young quarterback become the next great generation in Pats history. And if he's not doing that and he's kind of playing it on the fence, I understand because he's involved with the Raiders and part of ownership and finding a new coach and this and that.
He's on Fox.
He's supposed to be a part of it.
Just won a Super Bowl with the Bucks.
Right, but he put what 2 years with the Bucks, 3 years with the Bucks?
2 for sure.
Because he won the first year, came back the next. So two, I think. I still think he could be like, diplomatically, it would be great to see Drake May lead this team to another great decade or two.
Yeah.
The best parties were in New England until I got to Tampa. I had the best times of my career as a Patriot.
I don't think anyone would hold it against him if even what he just was outright like, I want the Patriots to win.
Yeah.
No one would hold that against him. It'd all be like, yeah, no, we get it. You spent 20 years there, won multiple Super Bowls. Yeah, that's who you are.
Matty.
Like Troy Aikman wants the Cowboys to win a Super Bowl.
Of course.
We know that. So just say it. Like, but it's also who Tom Brady is. Tom Brady's a guy that doesn't want to piss people off. But that seems like to a degree kind of who he's been post football life more specifically, but even a little in football life. He's not a controversial guy.
Sure.
He wants
that's
everyone
great.
to like him and to be happy. That I could see why he's like trying to play the fence and be like, I'm good with whatever. But just own it. You're a Patriot. But you're Mr. Patriot.
Yeah.
Own
Matty,
it.
How hard is it for him to say, I know how good the party at whatever local bar is going to be, and that this street is going to be wild, and I know how Pats fans rip it up if they win. There's nothing like it. Like, even that's kind of on the fence.
Yes.
But you're leaning into your Pats roots. And I think everybody would be kosher with that.
Easily. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. That's just an easy, like, that's who you are. Like, who are some of the other greats? Peyton Manning. I would, like, to me, he's still a Colt.
Yeah.
Colts get back to the Super Bowl. I would love to hear Peyton Manning be like, yeah, I want them to win.
Yeah.
That's my team. That's Drew Brees. Saints get back there. Let's go Saints.
Right.
I'm there for the Saints. We want to see this team win another Super Bowl. You guaranteed like different level, but like different side of the ball. Ray Lewis will be there the next time the Ravens make
Of course.
a Super Bowl. Like that's just how it is. So,
Yeah.
but he just wants to make everyone so happy and, yeah.
It doesn't need to be that way.
No.
And I know it creates a conversation, but it does seem a bit silly. Like,
I get why former Patriots are going like, dude, come on,
yeah.
Dude.
I don't blame them.
figure this out.
What do you win with them? 6, 7 championships? Like, oh, sorry.
Oh, I didn't get that
Yeah.
right away. You just have to just keep talking.
Yeah.
I think he's a 7-time Super Bowl winner, 6-time with the Patriots.
Pats, yeah.
But at 10 appearances? Is that
Right.
what the number is? Yeah. Because he's lost 3. That's wild.
You know what, man? He is probably the best player in NFL history. Just because of that track record. Like, you can, like, and then the personal accolades and accomplishments, too. You don't have to like them, but you could think that, like, defensive players are better or some other quarterbacks were better, but, like, he did it and got it done the most out of anyone.
It wasn't even close.
Yeah.
He's at 7 Super Bowls. The next closest quarterback is 4. Or is it 5?
Wins?
There's Joe Montana. Montana only has 4. Terry Bradshaw.
Isn't that
has
crazy
4.
just to say only has 4?
Yeah, because of Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tom. We now have to, because
Mahomes
Bradshaw.
has 2, but 4 appearances, right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Because he lost to the Bucks and then he lost last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Joe Montana is a 4-time Super Bowl winner. I think he's 4-0 though. Or is he 4 of 5? Bradshaw was 4 straight.
That was the 70s.
Different
Steel
time, but yeah.
curtain.
Or was it 3? Now I'm confused. I gotta quickly check this.
Hans Shorkoff texting in says the team didn't want Brady anymore, basically forced him to leave, but he's supposed to love them still. He's salty they chose Bill over him, and he's right to. It was choosing Bill over him, plus the fact they wouldn't offer him more than a 1-year contract. He was already, what, like 41
Yeah.
at that point?
He also has gone back. Has he had a statue? He's got his
Thought they
number
got the
retired.
statue, yeah.
Like he absolutely still has, by all accounts, a good relationship with Robert Kraft.
Yeah.
That stuff happens all the time. It doesn't mean that
Yes,
you
it does.
don't have to like. You can still like the organized, like that franchise. It's not about the owner. You telling me now because of that Tom Brady hates the Patriots fans? You're telling me now because that Tom Brady hates his former teammates of the New England Patriots and his fellow alumni?
Right.
Not a chance.
No.
Wins. Bradshaw and Montana both are 4-0, 4-0.
That's amazing.
And the most starts. John Elway has the second most starts in a Super Bowl ever. at
5?
5.
And he lost 3, won the last 2.
Oh, and so is Patrick Mahomes is 3-2. Patrick Mahomes is 3.
Okay.
So they both
He's
have
3
5.
and 2.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, my bad.
They both have 5. Tom Brady has more Super Bowl victories than anyone else has starts in a Super Bowl, which is ridiculous.
That's GOAT status, as they would say.
The official drink of the EST Hangout, it is Dylan's Small Batch Distillery. I cracked open the tangerine, lemon, and a hint of lime gin cocktail.
And?
Gager was raving about it yesterday. He's right. It is delicious. Handcrafted with their... Well, crafted in Canada with their, gin at your local liquor store. Find Dylan's Small Batch Distillery. Okay, we'll do the parlay in a bit.
Yeah.
I want this Olympic story you have about Calgary.
Okay, well, it's on the TSN website. I was just scrolling through, reading it before we hopped on. It's via Canadian Press, so it came out today. And basically, the headline is, time was against Calgary to be the 2026 Winter Games host. Remember, we had heard some rumblings that Calgary might be back in the mix, and Salt Lake City's getting another games. So, the first sentence is, the International Olympic Committee was more than willing to give the 2026 Olympic and Paralympic Winter Games to Calgary and Canmore. The IOC even put 2034 as an option too. And this was 8 years ago where they were willing to do that. This article says the 1988 Olympic Games in Calgary and Canmore still make money via interest on endowment funds. That's wild because it's almost 40 years ago. Calgary deliberated on 2026 bid. Country wasn't far removed from 2010 in Vancouver, which broke even financially and where the host team won a record 14 gold medals. That was a great Olympics. Why didn't it happen in 2026 in Calgary?
It was the plebiscite.
Plebiscite they didn't have enough time. Combined with government foot dragging on financing, made a short runway for Calgarians to digest and trust what bidding for another Winter Games meant. There was going to be $500 million revival of the 88 facilities, the sprucing up of McMahon Stadium and the Saddle Dome, and the construction of an indoor field house, a 5,000-seat ice arena, and 600 or more affordable housing units. The total cost of the games was estimated at $5.1 billion. The Canadian government committed $1.45 billion, and the Alberta government $700 million, conditional on holding the plebiscite. Canmore's contribution, $3 million. The city's contribution, Calgary, would have been $390 million, plus a $150 million credit for downtown development already planned that would have doubled as games preparation. The city's currently spending $515 million on Scotia Place, which is scheduled to open in 2027 and replace the Saddle Dome as a new home of the Calgary Flames. Games revenue, sponsorship, ticketing, licensing, and merchandising, plus a $1.2 billion contribution from the IOC in cash and services were projected to cover the remaining $2.23 billion of hosting a 2026 games. We would have got $25 billion of economic impact.
Yeah, I was JMO's here. Talk to him about those economic impact things. Okay, that's what this article is. So we're getting into revisionist history to a degree. With the COC's trying to lay the groundwork to try to get another Olympics. That's the way I'm reading that.
And you're saying 2038, perhaps?
2038 is maybe, but because I remember the 2026. The bids were, I think at one whole point it was Stockholm and Calgary and Milan, and Stockholm bowed out, and everyone knew Calgary would get it if they wanted it.
Yeah.
And then the plebiscite happened, and the Calgarians voted no. And so then it was like IOC almost was like left with no option. They're like, I guess we have to go to Milan. Like, they had no other options.
Right.
So that's what makes sense. That I'm seeing a few more people be like, oh yeah, Calgary's really regretting that they don't have these Winter Olympics. And I don't know. I don't talk to any Calgarians until these last couple of weeks. It's the first time I've ever heard anyone say that, man, it sucks that Calgary's not getting the 26 Winter Olympics.
The timing wasn't right. It said it right in there. The timing wasn't right. Like,
it's also,
you're not putting the Olympics back in the Saddle Dome. I'm sorry, in McMahon Stadium.
No, but they would have announced the stadium sooner. They would have got that done sooner.
Yeah. Okay.
So like the timeline for the stadium right now is by 27. You said, so that's not next season, the year after. That plebiscite happened probably quite a few years ago now. I can't even remember.
8 years ago, they were ready to give it to them.
So then you would have immediately had shovels in the ground for the
Yeah,
the
so
rink would have already
stadium
been
and a
opened
rink
up
would
by
have
now
been
and
done.
stuff.
Yeah.
Things would have been done. It's just one, the economics, they don't fully always work for Olympics. They could say all those numbers. There's going to be overruns, and we'll be hearing later that Calgary spent more than
Right.
Vancouver is a very unique case where they walked away without a debt. They crushed it. Vancouver absolutely crushed it. London Olympics, I think, following also did the same thing, but they're very rare where an Olympics comes in and it doesn't decimate you financially.
The Athens legacy of the Athens the stadiums are like in ruins already.
Yep.
I think
Brazil
was
for
terrible.
World Cup was nothing.
Pardon me. Yeah, there's been a really Sochi. I know they still use the stadium and the hockey rink, but I don't know what else came of all the other development that they made or created. But if you look at Calgary, I think it would be a cool thing if Calgary got the Olympics again. Honestly, I was 2 when the '88 games happened, so I don't know. But when I was there in the summer for football games, I was asking around, and the bobsleigh track is unusable. They shut it down. I think the ski jumps are the same thing. They haven't been maintained. The Olympic Oval, I believe, and some other facilities are still in use. But yeah, you would need a lot done. But if a stadium and the new arena was fast tracked, that would have been pretty nice.
So yeah, then the other thing I saw yesterday, and that's why it's not surprising to me, like the COC is trying to lay some groundwork. This article comes out. It's expected that in 2038, Switzerland will get the Winter Olympics.
Okay.
If they want it, it's theirs.
Okay.
But if Switzerland says, "Now we've looked at it, we don't want it," Canada would be interested in taking it. But we're at a point now where no one wants the Winter Games.
Isn't that messed up?
Because it's the smallest of the 2 Olympics, obviously. It doesn't, like that economic of 200, I question that one mightily because it's just like the majority of this world doesn't pay attention to this one. You have 200 and some countries, or maybe 190 some countries compete in the summer. This one you get 80 some countries competing.
That's it, huh?
Right? It's much smaller. But yeah, you look, since 2026, almost no one wanted it. They then basically went, okay, France, you get another Olympics. US, you get another Olympics. Go back, and it's not too often. I guess it would have happened a little bit, but you're going to LA in 28, and then 6 years later, you're going to be in Utah. Or is it 4 years later? I guess 4 years later.
2032?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's the next winter, so 2030.
Oh, 2030, yeah.
No, that's the 2030 will be in the French Alps.
So
I believe it is.
2034.
I think 34 then.
I'll double check. They're already rebuilding the arena.
So 28
right now.
to 34. You're talking about 6 years difference from the US hosting to. You're talking about 2030 and 2024. So another 6 years for Paris to the French Alps from summer to winter.
Salt Lake City.
I guess the closest would be Atlanta to Salt Lake. 96 to 02 kind of did happen with the US.
Yeah.
But no one wanted the Beijing ones in 22. It was, I think, between them and Kazakhstan.
Oh, yeah.
No one wanted 26 except Milan. The French and the US both were like, well, we'll take the next Olympics. So they're like, here you go. Now we're at a point where we're saying, oh, if Switzerland wants it, it's theirs. There's no bidding process anymore. Though summer, people want.
Right.
No one wants the winter.
That's too bad.
And I would rather Canada go for summer. Honestly, if we're going to do something, I would rather see a summer. We haven't hosted one since Montreal. I would love to see a Montreal-Toronto joint bid.
That would be cool.
Truly bring the world here.
Now, this does have an Olympic tie-in. I saw last week, it was a CBC news story, and it was good. It was on the cost overruns for World Cup in Vancouver.
Yeah.
And it was Adam Van Koeverden who was speaking on behalf of the federal government.
Minister of Sport.
Yeah, Minister of Sport, Olympic gold medalist in, what was it, kayak? And costs of refurbishing an already refurbished BC Place have escalated. It's supposed to be $300 million, if I'm remembering correctly. They're like, we don't know what it is now, and they think it's over $500 million. And you look at it, they're rebuilding the scoreboard, they're putting in new suites. Like the interior of what you're going to see inside BC Place compared to when you watch a Lions game or a Grey Cup or a Whitecaps game, and that's a whole to-do right now as well.
They might not have them after this year.
Yeah, exactly. A BC Place is not a tenable, suitable stadium for them anymore, apparently, according to the MLS. But I'm like, well, what are they doing? They're basically renovating like the concourses and the amenities and all of that. They put in a new scoreboard. I think one of the corners, they've added like a new suite level that might look, the aesthetic of the stadium inside might look a little bit different. But they basically said, we don't know what it's costing us now. Whoops. And they asked Vancouver, and he didn't really have an answer. He's like, well, we'll see.
This World Cup's kind of, and then you look at what's happening in Toronto, and they got to it late, and they're just putting up like a bunch of temporary seating, and it looks like crap.
I'm sorry, but BMO Field, that's not a pristine, amazing stadium.
Oh, and it would have been better if they like planned, like, okay, well, we're going to start this a little sooner and actually do something more permanent. And I know all these like people in Toronto are like, why did you start so late? And why does this look like just utter crap?
Yep.
Like this looks awful.
That was pardon me, a stadium built on the cheap.
Yeah.
And a stadium built on the cheap in phases. And they're basically putting lipstick on a pig. It started out, remember it was one side?
No, I don't.
It was like one or two, it was small. It was very small. It was like 7,000 seats. And then they added another level. Then they added another level. Then they added the end zone.
Oh,
then
yeah.
they added the other end zone. Now they're changing the other end zone. It's a mess. Like they built it in phases. It's disjointed. It looks weird. Is it good for like? And the MLS was just on the up and up when TFC came in. Maybe it was like a 20,000 seat stadium at first, but
It did. You're right. They did slowly add some more stuff to it.
yeah.
They might have added an upper deck later and stuff. And
Well, them getting to like 25 or 30,000 capacity is what allowed the Argos to go in there.
which it also then was, there was no vision for the idea of bigger.
No.
They never thought of a World Cup or, hey, what if we had got more fans? And this temporary seating that we look in Toronto, it just looks,
Bad.
yeah, it looks very bad.
Yeah.
Portions of this hour of the Hangout are brought to you by Hammer Injury Law. Hammer Injury Law, personal injury lawyers. Give them a call, 1-855-98-HAMMER. They were proud title sponsors of the EST Fun Spiel. And speaking of the Fun Spiel, also shout out to Sub-Zero Mechanical. If you're looking for, with how beautiful it is, you might be thinking, hey, spring will be here soon. If you're looking for any AC needs, or if you still need any furnace needs, check out Sub-Zero Mechanical, who are our dinner sponsor at the EST Fun Spiel last Saturday. We've got 15 minutes left on the Lock Shop pre-show show. It's flying by. We've got the 2 hours full Lock Shop special. Do you want to build a parlay here?
Yeah, I do actually.
So how do we want to go about this? Do we just want to do you want to get into some fun stuff, or do we want to just go with the player markets type thing?
Okay. Like, do you have a general theme, or do you have a basic direction you want to go with this?
Well, I feel like maybe more game-wise.
Okay.
I think maybe we look a little more. I'll save the entire Patriots stuff for later, building something for the Patriots. But a game total alongside anything with the players.
Okay. I like that. So I'm just on the app on Apple, you have to always switch it back to American.
I don't.
It's very frustrating. I don't know why.
Mine
I try to
locks
save
in
it.
for some reason.
You're lucky because it's very frustrating. So Seahawks, as of right now on Play Alberta, minus 213 favorites. So you said single game parlay.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you thinking? You start it and then we'll tack on a couple
I
things.
feel like I'm getting there's a couple ways of going at this. There's one where I was just gonna go straight out. I want to see what this is. If we did straight up, I don't know, maybe people don't want this one, so let's jump into the nasty chat. There's something that tells me a Stephon Diggs JSN touchdown, each of them scoring a touchdown.
You like the odds of that?
It's plus 436 right there with just that too. But
Okay.
they both need how many touchdowns has Stephon Diggs had?
And then I like doing when I build a parlay, I like doing like a realistic target. So I like sometimes I don't necessarily pick the winning team of the game. I'll pick individual players, over-unders.
I like that.
I like doing that. So I'm thinking something.
Well, Diggs only had 4 touchdowns this year.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take Diggs over. I'm going to take those. I'm taking those over for right now. So what are you thinking?
So I like to go to like the kickers, and this VR Montenegro got me on a couple of years ago. So field goals made.
Yeah.
You want to go over under on field goals made?
I'm good with that. Is just a standard over 3.5, or do you? You want to?
So they have individual kickers. So it's 1.5 each.
If you go into big play specials.
Oh, big game
specials. There is, so we could get it boosted. I wonder if we can get it added to something.
Where's big play specials?
It's its own big game specials is its own category. Oh. And if you go into their total field goals, they have it at over 3.5 is minus 102.
Do you think we'll get field goals, or do you think it's going to be all touchdowns? Because usually in primetime games, you take the over.
Yes.
So should we take the over?
Super Bowl 59. Let's see how many field goals there were in the last couple of Super Bowls.
Yeah.
It is just a standard play, primetime game play.
Okay.
I know Dusty, I brought that up earlier on the lock shop last week, and he's like, hey, who wants to cheer for field goals? I'm like, I get it.
But if they can boost.
That's the thing. Do I have, where's the games? Okay, here.
Okay, I found it.
Game summary. No, don't worry. Okay, so how many field goals did we get?
Total
1, 2, 3. We had 4 field goals last year, so that's the over in a high-scoring football game. The other thing is, like, in the high-scoring football game, you're going to get field goals too still. It's not going to all be touchdowns. Right. 2 years ago, we had... Why don't they just give me the field goal stuff there? 2 years ago, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 field goals.
So we should take the over.
I'm going to go one more year.
Okay, we'll go back one more year. Good.
I'm more than good with this.
Yeah.
Get it completely boosted. Maybe I see if we could add something else to it.
Okay.
1, 2, 3 field goals the year prior. So tight, but it's close. That I like the 3.5 field goals. I do. I'm all in on that one.
Okay, let's do that.
I'm good with that one just as is.
Okay.
But if we can add to it, what can we add to this?
Ooh.
There is, so I don't want to, yeah, I need to go to the games. I have a feeling though, because it's a big game special, they might not be able to add it fully, but I'm hoping they do. We could then just also take like the over.
Right.
We could bring it down a little bit and bring like the over under is set at 45.5. We could bring that down to like 42.5, 40.5 or something.
Okay.
Bring that down a little bit so we know that we could get points, but then we're still cheering for points in a sense.
Right.
That if field goals happen, great, but we also want a high scoring football game.
I want offense. I love offense in football.
So over and over 3.5 field goals.
Yep.
Let's see if we can get that built.
Okay.
Let's see if they'll do this. If not, I'll just do straight up. We'll just boost the over 3.5 field goals.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
So we're going to do this as the EST Hangout Super Bowl play. They are going to be so annoyed with us today. We're just going to inundate them with a bunch of things.
You know what? If people are sprinkling on those, then
oh yeah, they'll be fine.
They'll be okay.
But it's the people that actually have to go and create them.
Yeah.
And they're probably like, oh, geez, another
These
one.
guys.
Another one. When was it? Tuesday or something? I sent in 6. It's just this long text. Over. Let's go 42.5 points.
Okay.
Boosted.
I'll definitely
please.
sprinkle on that.
Let's see if they can give us that and see how that goes.
See, I get sucked into when I'll scroll through and I'll look and I'll be like, oh, 3 unanswered scores in a game? No, at plus 130. And I'll just like throw that in there and it'll be what kills my parlay.
Use your game sense.
Use your game sense.
I'm just like with the Olympics, there's just so many that I'm looking at and I keep building a little parlay. I'm like, ooh, and then the number keeps going up and then I just want to keep adding more. But then I'm like,
Stop.
That's where like I added the Canada men's gold medal, which I know isn't a guarantee.
Right.
And I was like, well, do I want to lose this all just because I threw that one in there or something?
I know.
So I got to sit down later today and build like a couple of goal. Because who does CBC have as our favorites? CBC Olympic predictions. What do we've got? How many Canada medals will we win? Does this have the? Yeah, here it is. So like I wanted to do Reese Howden in one.
Okay.
I wanted to do Mikael Kingsbury in one. I want to throw one more in there. I could throw a snowboard cross maybe in there.
Don't we have someone in there that's supposed to be pretty good?
Well, we are supposed to win. What CBC projects is that we'll win men's ski cross, women's big air, men's dual moguls, men 5,000 meter or men's snowboard cross. And then there's a bunch of short tracks. There's Canada ice hockey and women's curling. I want to keep women's curling in there. I do want to go Mikael Kingsbury. I do want to go Reese Howden. Maybe I'll do 2 more Canadians. Megan Oldham and Elliot Grondwin and see what can get built from there. Maybe I'll do a 5-legger of gold.
What's
Canada
the women's
go rush for gold?
What's the women's team at for like
For hockey?
yeah, just for hockey. I'm just looking.
I have a tough like based off of what happens these last couple of months with the rivalry series.
Yeah.
I'm so worried for them. They got dominated here in Edmonton for 2 games.
Yeah, they did. Outside of scoring like in the first 15 seconds that first game.
So you have to go into international Olympics women.
Okay, where am I looking?
So for these, like you have to go into hockey.
Okay.
And under US, you could go into they have a lot of things. Let me see if I can find the women's one.
Oh,
here.
international. Gotcha.
Or is this all men's? That's all men's right now. Where's the women's?
Olympic Games women's. You guys scroll down a bit. Canada, Switzerland. Switzerland. There's no odds for Canada right now in that game.
XX Revolution 7049. Please fix the CC. The closed captions on, but nothing showing anything. That's not us. That's YouTube. We don't do anything for that.
That's not us.
That's literally the YouTube backend. So
That's AI working at its finest.
We can't do anything. We don't have someone typing away closed captionings for you. That's all YouTube. YouTube does all that. There's
That's
nothing.
YouTube.
There's nothing we can do on that one. I apologize. That is strictly a YouTube interface thing. So we don't enter in closed captioning things, and we don't pay for a platform for that. That's expensive. That's the reason the morning show never got on CTV2.
That's right.
It was for years we were focusing on closed captioning.
Isn't that crazy stuff like that? Now we could talk freely about it.
It was funny because it was like at 97% correct, but it needed to be at 98% correct. And we're like, but how? Like, who's gonna care? Let's just put this on the air. Like, who cares?
How many people knew about CTV2?
Yeah, it was wild that's what we focused on.
Yeah.
But we had an email that said June 15th, 2021, I think it was. Or is it 2020? One of those 2 years. We had the staff-wide email coming to CTV2, June 15th, Dusty and Eric. And I was getting ready to send an email being like, hey, congratulations to the anniversary to Dusty and Eric about being on CTV2. But we got fired that day. that was the...
Classic.
That was the whole day for all of that. Portions of this hour of the Hangout, it is brought to you by The High Product Marketing, the official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Stock. Promotional products that bring the buzz. Check them out, thehighproductmarketing.com. I don't have anything for over-under for Play Alberta today because we've got things.
Yeah.
Okay, when I watch WST, for example, it works. Okay, that's YouTube.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, you selecting YouTube. Maybe you're watching it later, and they probably can't do it live. I don't know. We literally have never done closed captioning. Literally have never touched closed captioning for that stuff. This is a YouTube interface thing. I don't know what I can do for it.
I don't know what
We're
to
not
say.
spending, like, we'd have to spend $100,000 plus program to do proper closed captioning.
Is that what the cost was?
If we wanted to do it right, it was going to
Wow.
cost, like, that's why we're trying to find, like, back ways of doing it.
Wow.
Because to get the actual TV closed captioning stuff is very expensive. And they didn't want to do that for
I don't
the
blame
morning
them.
show on CTV.
I don't blame them.
So that's how.
That's crazy.
They're on our bet, so we'll see if they say whether we can do it or not.
I hope so.
It'd be a fun little one.
Yeah.
Because what was the over-under? Was like plus, wasn't it? Or minus like 105 or something?
105.
So we're adding in the over. That should probably be about, with a boost, like plus 180 or something like that.
It's not bad.
it's a little like, yeah, you need some of the small stuff.
Yeah.
You don't always want to go for the plus 600-700s because those have much greater potential of falling.
Absolutely.
So you use your game sense, balance it. If you see me on Sunday and I'm on my phone, I will tell you I will be betting on horses a little bit. So, or attempting to at the very least.
Maddie's hopping on the ponies.
It's been so long.
You've been talking about this.
It's been so long.
You've got
And
the
I just like, and you're right there. Like last year sucked because it's right there and the machines are right there. It's like, I just want to put something in and bet, but I don't know what I'm betting because I can't see anything because they take it all down for the Super Bowl, which is great for all you people there for the Super Bowl. It's awesome. Maybe I'll just have to convince Renee, like, come on, one TV for the horses.
Please.
We did it for the golf tournament a couple of years ago when Nick Taylor won in overtime.
That was awesome.
We got to keep it on for the one TV. And a few of us were all in on the golf while the Super Bowl's starting because we're like, come on, Canada,
Yep.
baby.
Speaking of Nick Taylor, I sprinkled him at Waste Management Open. That was a partner parlay on Lock Shop that Dusty and Huss did. And I hopped on that. It was a good number. We got a text here. As a Calgarian, I'm pretty happy we aren't hosting the Olympics as our water system is held together by gum and duct tape. Yeah, what is going on with that?
It's just very old. And over the many, many, many years, this isn't one administration. This is multiple administration stuff they've never thought. And then not that they, like, there's just, you wouldn't have thought of this, that, oh, maybe these pipes might burst or something.
Yeah. I think that's kind of, you know, I know we knock our city a lot, but having Epcor here.
It's world renowned. Like, it's
Yeah.
they're out in Arizona doing stuff.
Yeah, they are. It's an Edmonton company. My buddy Brett works for them. And surveyor Brett works for them. And my buddy Jeff. And I think my buddy Danny. I know a lot of guys that work for Epcor.
Well, Grumpy Cat, Normology, my brother.
Oh, they all work for Epcor as well?
Yep.
Damn. Oh, yeah, Michael does. That's right.
Have I hit all the sponsors? Because this is like a 50-minute show. I've done them all, I think. Yeah, okay, perfect. We got through it. First ever 2-person hangout.
But this was good.
This was great.
Yeah.
We got through it.
Yeah.
But it was the Lock Shop pre-show show.
That's
Because
fine.
we're minutes away. We're just a little over 5 minutes away from the first ever Lock Shop 2-hour special. When the World Cup draw happens, and then we preempted the Lock Shop. I made the promise that we'll get a 2-hour Lock Shop for this one. We've got it done. Dusty, Huss, they will be on for 2 hours. I will be on. Jay will be on. We'll see whoever else wants to jump on.
I like it.
But it's here. It's finally happening. Could this be an SD winner? Will this go up for SD of the or episode of the year? Can this happen? Maybe the bet of the year is going to come on from what's coming up next during our 2-hour special Lock Shop. This has been the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage, Canada Storage experts. Check them out, sentinel.ca. On behalf of Tommy and myself, Matt, thanks for tuning into the EST Hangout here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton Sports, presented by Play Alberta. The special, long-anticipated 2-hour Lock Shop. It's coming up next year on Edmonton Sports Talk. Don't go anywhere. Dusty and Huss will be on very shortly.
Let's go.
There you go, right in front of the camera.
First-time guest, long-time listener, fan of the original draft commissioner.
Welcome to the EST Hangout presented by White Claw Hard Seltzer. The difference is clear. Matt Iwanyk, Tom Zola with here. Joining us today,